To welcome you to the closing ceremony of our Intra Moot Competition 2024. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to our honorable judges who have brought their vast expertise, patience, and insight to this competition. Now, I would like to introduce our honorable panel of judges. Mr. Zafar Iqbal Kalanuri, Minister Advocate Supreme Court of Pakistan. Mr. Asad Manzoor Bhatt, Advocate Supreme Court, President Lahore High Court Bar Association. Mr. Zishan Ahmad Malik, Advocate High Court. Mr. Dr. Ali Kazribash, former Dean of Faculty of Law Alums. Mr. Barrister Ahmed Qayyum, Chairman Legal Education Committee, Punjab Bar Council, Advocate Supreme Court. Also we invited our worthy chief guest, MPA PP 97, Mr. Saqib Khan Chaddar, syndicate member of King Graduate College and also member of Excise and Taxation Committee. After 2 intense days of compiling arguments, insightful questions, and exceptional advocacy, we have reached the grand conclusion of this remarkable event. Let's begin towards the grand finale of Intra Moot for 2024. Team D43, Councils for Petitioner and C27 for Respondent. Let's start the game.
I welcome you all on the behalf of Attorneys Development Club in Intra Moot Court competition. The court is in session to hear the case of NAD, National Association of Doctors versus Republic of Azure. The teams contesting are teams D43 on behalf of petitioners and team C27 on behalf of respondents. I request the petitioner sides to come forward and present their argument before the Honorable Supreme Court.
Good morning, Your Excellencies. Good morning, Your Excellencies.
Hello, mic test me, hello.
If it may please the court.
सिर्फ एक मिनट दीजिए. Hello, mic test me, hello.
Your Honor, my name is Muhammad Ibn Ahmad, and along with my co-counsel, Mr. Abdullah Choktai, I will be representing the petitioners.
ठीक है, इधर आ रहा हूँ.
Honorable Court, my name is Muhammad Ibn Ahmad, and along with my co-counsel, Mr. Abdullah Choktai, I will be representing the petitioners, that is, the National Association of Doctors in today's proceedings. I will speak on issue 1 for 13 minutes, and my co-counsel will address issues 2 and 3 for the following 15 minutes, and we would like to reserve 2 minutes for rebuttals. Before I proceed to the advanced pleadings, would the Honorable Court require a summary of the facts? Honorable Court, Dr. Saad is a surgeon in the capital of Azure, that is Ireland. On 6th of July 2023, a patient, Mrs. Alam, dies while undergoing surgery at the hands of Dr. Saad. Some sections of the media allege misconduct on part of Dr. Saad. However, an inquiry by the Ministry of Health does not find him guilty of any misconduct whatsoever. Following this, there is a widespread campaign of vilification and demonization of not just Dr. Saad, but doctors in general throughout the mainstream media. Doctors, this climaxes uh, in an event on a national TV channel named ATV, where a senator refers to doctors as butchers who deserve to be punished for their lust for money. Following this, doctors march on the streets as a response to these events, and this is followed by a brutal police crackdown on the on these protests, wherein 400 doctors are arrested.
Learned counsel, have you prepared a movie for this work?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
We don't have a copy of that. Can you give us a copy?
If the bailiff could please.
Could you have us prepared it in a separate manner?
We did, Your
You have
Honor.
a model for the notes?
My apologies, Your Honor, we did.
These are facts. And this is the mood itself. Have you prepared one for the course systems?
Yes, Your Honor, we did, and we had submitted it to the administration of this particular event.
It should be done as well.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Honor, now coming forth to issue one, which I will be addressing, that is whether the Supreme Court can hear this case under its original jurisdiction as enshrined in Article 184(3) of the Constitution of Azure.
Absolutely. But first you will have to convince this court and you will have to process value. Why should we open up this jurisdiction in a jurisdiction under Article 184(3)? Notwithstanding the fact that there is Article 199 of the Constitution where you can go to the High Court. Why should you be coming to the Supreme Court in the first place? Secondly, you must be aware that now, as in your Constitution, there is the 26th Amendment to the Constitution, which has changed the whole scenario over there that these original jurisdiction and constitutional jurisdiction cases. Are you before us as constitutional court or are you before the Supreme Court?
Your Honor, we will satisfy this inquiry based on the fact that firstly, the two basic criterias of Article 184(3), that is public importance, and secondly, the criteria of fundamental rights are being fulfilled. And coming to inquiry about the 26th Amendment, unfortunately, this particular event had already advised her to disregard that particular constitution. Yes, Your Honor.
There is a distinction between where you can invoke Article 199 and where you can invoke Article 184(3).
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the fundamental difference between the two comes down to the issue of public importance. While both pertain to fundamental rights, what is specific to Article 184(3) is the fact that there must be that the criteria of public importance must be fulfilled. Your Honor, moving forth, coming to the criteria of public importance, which sets this case apart from the original jurisdiction of the High Court. When it comes to the idea of public importance, there are three.
Also, are you aware of the fact that how this medical practice
Yes,
is
Your Honor.
recognized as per the law of your particular country, and what are the remedies available under that law? And precisely, we come to the crux of the matter that this pertains to medical negligence. So, why you should be coming to Supreme Court? Why don't you avail those forms if those are available?
Your Honor, yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, two responses to that particular inquiry. Firstly, if we come to point number 6 of the Moot proposition itself, it is stated there that the Ministry of Health initiated departmental proceedings against Dr. Saad to investigate his professional conduct and did not find him guilty of any misconduct whatsoever. And the second response to that particular inquiry is based on the fact that this particular case at hand is not entirely about Dr. Saad, but rather the petitioners are the National Association of Doctors, considering the fact that doctors as a community and as an entire group have been demonized through the antiques of the media.
But there is any regularization or there is a body which regulates medical practice in your particular country? There is none.
Your Honor,
And if there is none, should it be regulated or it shouldn't?
Your Honor, there have been many debates about medical practice, about regulating medical practice, because there have been questions raised about how ideas of qatl khata, etc., would affect doctors in giving out their expert opinions. Uh, Coming to, but if we,
Madam Council, before you actually proceed, I have a question as to maintainability as well. What exactly is the National Association of Doctors? As per my understanding, it is nothing more than a club, an association that you made. It has no legal entity. You filed this petition through the National Association of Doctors. So if you brought it to the court, there has to be a legal personality of the party which is before the court. And as per my understanding, an association does not have any legal standing or a legal entity, legal existence per se.
Your Honor, two,
Is that question?
yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, two responses to that question. Firstly, if we refer to especially point number 12 of the Moot Court proposition, uh, it tells us that the National Association of Doctors was able to engage in nationwide protests, and second,
You may be a group of people, but I'm asking you, you have no legal entity or legal standing in this particular instance. Are you registered with someone?
My learned brother is asking you one pertinent question. Are you a juristic person registered under any law which allows you to use the word association and so in that way?
Your Honor, a simple response to that particular question would be that in Article 184.3, when it comes to the question of locus standi, it does not necessarily uh, need to be an aggrieved party that is bringing.
Before all courts, this is the most pertinent question. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry cannot challenge any law or cannot come to a court of law. There has to be a locus standi, legal right or legal character before you do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are any of the petitioners actual doctors?
Yes.
Is this only on behalf of the National Association of Doctors, or are there other petitioners as well who are doctors and who may be affected by it?
Your Honor, the facts are silent on this question, but the case itself pertains to the arrests, the mass arrests of doctors, and the demonization campaign against them.
You have to satisfy point one. That is what my learned brother asked. What is the status of this association? Is this a registered association or not? One. The second question attached to it is who are you seeking this relief from? Is this republic or is it not? Is there a government entity involved? What is who are you addressing your relief to? किससे relief चाहिए?
Your Honor, we are
किससे चाहिए? किससे चाहिए?
yes, Your
इसने
Honor.
आपका केस से क्या हो जाए?
Your Honor, we are
आपको फिर 199 में चले जाना चाहिए था तो हुकूम किए जा रहा है तो फिर आप उसमें चले जाते हैं
yes, Your Honor.
आपको इसमें पहले मेरा इसमें तवज्जो दीजिए
Your Honor, we are addressing our plea to the Supreme Court of the Federal Republic of Azure. Secondly, Your Honor, the
question is what is the status of the association you are representing?
yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the
Secondly, you are showing the federation through whom?
किसी
Who are added as respondents?
yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, we are
रिपब्लिक को आप सुन नहीं कर सकते हैं
yes, Your Honor.
आपको किसी इदारे को सुन करना होगा
Your Honor, we are referring to, in fact, we are referring to two specific entities within the state. The first being the police, and the fact being that the arrests conducted by the police, the crackdown on protests itself,
Police, which police? You know, the proposition itself says that this is a federation consisting of 6 provinces. So police happens to be a provincial subject. So which police you are suing?
yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the fact is that this pertains to the nationwide protests, which means that the the police as a collective is responsible for this. Provinces, police throughout the provinces, regardless of whether it is a provincial subject or not, it is a matter of national importance.
Which ministry comes into play when you are talking about all the police? Are they under Interior Federal and Union Ministry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Notwithstanding the fact that you are 6 provinces and it 18 Amendment to the Constitution is devolution of powers.
Your Honor, police itself can.
Who are your parties narrowing down? Let's make it slightly more simple now. आपने किस किस को impeach किया हुआ पार्टी? रिपब्लिक के अलावा कौन-कौन सी versus क्या है?
Your Honor,
किसको आपने impeach किया as a party? Actually, clarify your case.
Your Honor, specific sections within the media and a sitting senator. Your Honor, specific sections within the media as well as a sitting senator.
मीडिया को आप किस तरह शुरू कर सकते हैं? इंफॉर्मेशन मिनिस्ट्री को कॉन्टेक्ट करें.
You know, not the
Media is also regulated by some ministry.
Yes, Your Honor, not the information ministry per se, but rather government controlled media, which may be regulated through multiple organizations. So we, uh,
So let us answer, who are you seeking this relief from?
we are seeking this relief from the Supreme Court, Your Honor.
Supreme Court is not going to go out and implement. There has to be some authority which is not.
पहली बात कि हम अपनी jurisdiction खोलें क्यों आप आर्टिकल 199 हाईकोर्ट के पास में गए पहली क्वेश्चन ये दूसरा आप हमसे क्या कह रहे हैं how this is a question of fundamental public importance and what relief you are precisely seeking. One there is something so you are seeking from us.
Your Honor, firstly, to answer the first question, why we have not taken this to the High Court under the original jurisdiction provided by Article 199 and have instead brought it to the Supreme Court, because it is a matter of great urgency. When we talk about 400 doctors, the arrest of 400.
Agencies in case of article 199 also. So why 194 why Supreme Court? Why not private?
Is it your case actually that they've been arrested in the various different provinces and it approaching each individual high court might be a problem? Is that why you've been moved to Supreme Court?
Yes, Your Honor, exactly. In extension of that question of urgency, the fact that the multiplicity of high courts makes it very difficult.
Urgency is not a reason for revoking jurisdiction of the Supreme Court stay now.
Your Honor,
Have you mentioned in your letter that I just pointed out, have you mentioned in your petition that there were nationwide protests?
Your Honor, it is mentioned in the Moot proposition itself that they were. As the situation worsened, law enforcement intervened, resulting in the arrest of over 400 doctors nationwide. Yes, Your Honor.
You want us to put a censorship on the media for covering these events? But you are seeking.
No, Your Honor.
They are not clear.
Your Honor, our first prayer is to seek the release of the 400 doctors arrested forthwith, and secondly, to regulate some parts of media discourse that directly encroach upon the right of dignity of doctors as a community. These are our two prayers.
The right of dignity is spelled out in which article of the Constitution?
In Article 14, my Lord.
Please read it.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, as mentioned in the statement of jurisdiction, provided on page number.
When it comes to, I am asking you to read this particular article of the Constitution. Have you got it?
Yes, Your Honor, I do, and it reads. And Article 14 reads as such, as mentioned on page number 12 of our memorial, the inviolability of dignity of man, etc.
सिखा देता है मैंने बात.
Yes, Your Honor.
कभी भी कोई लॉ या केस लॉ आप साइट कर रहे हैं
Yes, Your Honor.
कभी भी उसका हेडनोट या कॉपी करके किसी जगह पे लगाना आपके पास ओरिजिनल किताब होनी जरूरी है. इसी तरह अगर रिपोर्टेड जजमेंट है तो आपके पास वो जजमेंट होनी जरूरी है.
Yes, Your
और
Honor.
उसको जेरोक्स करा के एक कॉपी बेंच के जितने मेंबर्स हैं उनके पास भी एक साइड है.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Article 14 that we have also cited on page number 12 of our memorial reads, inviolability of dignity of man, Section 1, the dignity of man and subject to law, the privacy of home shall be inviolable, and Section 2, no person shall be subjected to torture for the purpose of extracting evidence.
Absolutely right. So this is the fundamental right.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want to want the Supreme Court to open up their jurisdiction, assuming that this is a question of fundamental public importance which affects the large second petition that you there now. Can you cite it which Supreme Court has underlined or
Your Honor, when it comes to the idea of the demonization of an entire community as such, we would like to.
I'm referring to dignity and privacy of the this court has intervened in such matters. Can you cite it that?
Your Honor, I could cite a specific definition of
You don't have access to that. You have not done it.
a specific judgment provided by the Supreme Court in a decision, if that pleases the court.
Not there are three court judgments which
Yes,
are
Your Honor.
the Supreme Court of Pakistan on this very fundamental right as a vote.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are against this court on the basis of that.
Your Honor, if I may bring your attention to page number 12 of our memorial, which relates to this, in which in suo motu case number 7 of 2017.
This is not a suo motu case. Do you understand suo motu case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That also comes with a nucleo on Article 184. But this is not a suo motu case. Where you are bringing a petition, you have done this. We have
Sure.
not invoked the jurisdiction on our own. So this case is not relevant. This is not a suo motu.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would like to argue on the fact that since both of these are, despite the fact that one is a suo motu case and the other comes under the petitioner discretion of the petitioner, but the fact is that since both of them have some shared criteria, and the fact that both of these cases involve the encroachment of dignity, I would like to argue.
अच्छी बात है चलिए आप हमें परसुएट करने की चीज है इनको पेशेंट शो मोटो क्वेश्चन तो वही है ना आर्टिकल का
That's right.
आप कहेंगे कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अगर शो मोटो इसी राइट को के ऊपर इन्वोक किया जुरिसडिक्शन तो हमारी भी करनी चाहिए ये आपका आर्गुमेंट है
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
इस केस में क्या
Your Honor, this case held that abusing, threatening, and attacking people undermines the right to live a life of dignity, and this specifically refers to a speech act. That a speech act can amount to an encroachment of the right to dignity of a particular group or community or person.
अगर आपको भी बीच में अरेस्ट की बात करें दूसरा प्लीज जरा ये मेहरबानी करके बता दीजिए कि अरेस्ट के अगेंस्ट क्या रेमेडी अवेलेबल होती है अगर कोई बंदा कर लिया जाए अगर इलीगली आपको डिटेन किया जाए तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर क्या रेमेडी अवेलेबल है वो क्यों नहीं अवेलेबल और अगर अरेस्ट हो गए हैं पर्चा कट गया है तो तब कौन सी रेमेडी और वो क्यों आपने इंडिविजुअल्स के लिए क्या नीचे आपने बिल के लिए अप्लाई किया है और अगर बेल्स के लिए अप्लाई किया तो वहां पे फिर हम बीच में क्यों आपके इसके अंदर इंटरफेयर करें और एक चीज ये भी जरा प्लीज पॉइंट आउट कर दीजिए तो व्हाट वर द डॉक्टर्स डूइंग ऑन द रोड वहां पे कर क्या रहे थे और वो अरेस्ट किस चीज के लिए हो रहे थे और अगर वहां पे बीच में प्रोटेस्ट वगैरह कर रहे थे तो अस्पतालों के अंदर कौन था उस वक्त
Yes, Your Honor.
एसेंशियल सर्विसेज के अंदर ये नहीं आता कि कोई कानून मौजूद है कि they cannot go ahead and disappear from the duties relevant जहाँ पे थे
Yes, Your Honor.
डॉक्टर्स के खिलाफ एफआईआर कटी होगी उनका रिमांड लिया होगा उनको फिर उन्होंने जेल भेजा क्या आपने कोई बेल और अरेस्ट किया आफ्टर अरेस्ट उसका क्या फेज हुआ
Your Honor, we are asserting that this was wrongful arrest, since there is no evidence to point towards the existence of a warrant. This was.
Straightaway you are coming to the Supreme Court and you are asking us to release all the doctors
Yes, Your Honor.
without having any knowledge के साथ हुआ क्या कौन सा एफआईआर लॉज है कौन सी दवा उनके ऊपर लगाई गई है किस तरह ये गिरफ्तार हुए we know that type of process and Supreme Court बैठ के किसी बंदे को अपना विजिलेंस जुरिसडिक्शन में रिलीज कर
Much obliged, Your Honor, but the fact is that the facts of the Moot proposition themselves are silent on this, and we simply cannot assume anything on our own, unfortunately. Your Honor, thus we are asserting that this is both a matter of public importance, considering that the fact that this pertains to an entire community, and secondly, it does result in a violation of fundamental rights based upon the fact that the media propaganda against the doctors refer to them as butchers, as deserving of punishment, which amounts to an invitation to vigilantism. And thus, and thirdly, as a secondary argument, we do refer to Article 16 of the Constitution of 1973, that is the right to peaceful assembly, which has also been violated through the police arrests.
दूसरे दूसरे फंडामेंटल राइट्स के साथ मिला के जरा डिफरेंस करें। ये एक्सप्रेशन का जो राइट है, ठीक है, इसके ऊपर एक हम बात हुआ है कि प्रेस जो है वो कवरेज करती है, लेकिन उनकी आज़ादी वहाँ खत्म हो जाती है जहाँ पे मेरा नाम शुरू होता है। मीडिया ट्रायल नहीं कर सकते। आप इस तरह की कोई बात नहीं।
Yes, sir.
आपको बगैर सुने हुए पूरी की पूरी डॉक्टर्स कम्युनिटी को बुचर कहना या मलाइन करना, आप इस तरह की बात।
Yes, Your Honor.
और बड़ा ऑनरेबल प्रोफेशन है और आप अपनी ड्यूटीज देते हैं और इससे पब्लिक सारी की सारी पेशेंट्स भी इफेक्ट होंगे। जैसे मैंने डॉक्टर ब्रदर ने पूछा कि आप ये करें, आप इस तरह की कोई बात करें, इस तरह की एजेंसी है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट को इंटरवीन करना चाहिए, वरना लोगों को जो हेल्थ की फैसिलिटीज है वो नहीं मिल सकेगी, कितने मरीज जो आपकी डेथ हो सकती है, ये वैल्यू रिफ्लेक्ट पूरे प्रोफेशन पे करेगा। और इस तरह का मीडिया के अंदर जो है इन्वेस्टिगेटिव रिपोर्टिंग किए बगैर मीडिया ट्रायल कर देना किसी का, इस तरह की।
Yes, Your Honor.
Council said that 780
Yes, Your Honor.
provisions lagi.
Your Honor, the facts are silent on that. Unfortunately, we are confided to the Moot proposition, and there is nothing in the Moot proposition itself.
Take out, go out of the streets and protest.
Yes.
Do your jobs.
Yes, Your Honor.
You gain fundamental rights. A violation of fundamental rights. What about so many other fundamental rights? The fundamental rights are independent.
Yes, Your Honor.
By your leaving the job, taking on the streets, would that be a case of public performance?
Your Honor, the fact,
How is your case a case of public performance and counsel?
Your Honor, because the right to.
You mentioned Article 17, you are in association.
Yes, Your Honor.
You mentioned that.
Your Honor, we mentioned that in issue 2 and 3, which my learned co-counsel will address. Your Honor, the media propaganda against the doctors stands in violation of Article 14 because, as the learned, as
That particular doctor, जिससे सारी बात शुरू हुई है, वो भी आपके इस एसोसिएशन का हिस्सा है। Is he also a petitioner before this court? इनके खिलाफ इंक्वायरी हुई और as a result of that इंक्वायरी और इन्वेस्टिगेशन उनको इनोसेंट है, वो भी आपके साथ है कि नहीं?
Your Honor, once again, the facts of the Moot proposition are silent on that, but it is reasonable to assume.
I think this is an ideal case, let the court be silent.
Your Honor, it is likely to assume that. Your Honor,
जैसे मूड वालों ने कोई चीज भी अपना हवा में छोड़ दी ना, आपकी थोड़ा सा बेटा कर केस है, कोई ऐसी बात नहीं। उन्होंने अगर बहुत सी चीजें असम्पशन कर दी, आप भी थोड़ा सी ऐसी बात करो तो हम भी कोई माने बात हो, आपके लिए कोई रास्ता खुल जाए तो बताओ।
Your Honor, considering the fact that the National Association of Doctors, based on the facts mentioned in the Moot proposition, is a society of national importance for doctors especially, we can reasonably assume that a doctor of the standing of Dr. Saad would be in the association. Yes, Your Honor.
I don't think the court would be inclined to.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have to tell us.
Your Honor, if we simply,
What about exhaustion of remedies?
Your Honor,
Any other remedy being exhausted?
Your Honor, at this particular moment, no.
Straight away come to the Supreme Court.
Yes, Your Honor, but that is due to the fact that this matter is of great urgency, as we have already mentioned.
What about the criminal cases that are registered against?
Your Honor, once again, they were done, these.
Counsel, let's assume the court says fine, it's a case of public importance.
Yes, Your Honor.
What will happen to those criminal cases? You think that the court can interfere? Or you want the court to interfere?
Your Honor, we.
मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ, कोर्ट के पास जब आप ये आते हैं ना, अगर आपको पहले वाला लीव नहीं मिलता, कोई दूसरा लीव लेने के लिए एडवांस कराना, तो ये भी आपकी जीत होती है। आप कोर्ट से एक डायरेक्शन तो सीख कर सकते हैं कि हम केसेस को जल्दी डिस्पोज ऑफ करें, ये तो मिनिमम इतना तो अगर प्रोफेशन के साथ कोई टाइमलाइन भी फिक्स कर दें।
We want that.
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to firstly.
वेल डन पॉलिसी अगर कोई नहीं बनी हुई वो पॉलिसी बनाई है अगर लॉज पे नहीं है उसको रेगुलेट करने के लिए कोई रूल्स वगैरह बनाए हैं तो आपको ये कन्विंस करने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि माशरे के सबसे लायक लोग जो हैं आज भी डॉक्टर होते हैं और वो डॉक्टर बनने के बाद सीएसएस का इम्तिहान देंगे एएसपी पुलिसिया भर्ती होना चाहते हैं टीवी एंकर बनते हैं तो उनके साथ अच्छा सलूक नहीं है इस तरह की बातें कर रहे हैं डॉक्टर बड़ा काबिल इज्जत प्रोफेशन जैसे लॉयरिंग का प्रोफेशन बहुत
Yes, Your Honor.
उसको आपको इस तरह से
As Your Honor rightfully mentioned, doctors are a noble profession, and demonizing them as a community and referring to them as butchers, which is an inversion of their role in society, is Mount. Your Honor.
So अगर एक जुमला कोई बीच में टीवी के ऊपर आकर अगर एक बंदा एक जुमला कस देता है तो आप फिर उसके ऊपर उनकी सुप्रीम कोर्ट आ जाएगी।
Your Honor.
मतलब अगर ये दरवाजा खोल दिया जाए सुप्रीम कोर्ट में,
Yes, Your Honor.
where is the actual harm which was caused to you? या तो आप ये यहाँ पे कंसीड कर दीजिए कि उनके बाद आवाम ने आपको गुज्जर समझना शुरू कर दिया, फिर तो आपकी बात बीच में बात की यू सफर्ड हार्म। आपके पास डेफिनेशन का राइट है, उन्होंने किया क्या आपने डेफिनेशन का कोई नोटिस भिजवाया नीचे उसके बाद कोई दावा जमा करवाया, इस चीज के ऊपर आपको डेफिनेटली कन्विंस करना पड़ेगा कि वर्ड्स के अंदर किसी ने एक बंदे ने आपके टीवी के ऊपर कुछ कह दिया तो यू हैव एन एक्शनेबल राइट, उसके लिए वो भी एट द हाईएस्ट कोर्ट आपके पास होंगे राइट्स कीजिए। हाँ जहाँ पे आपके बंदों को इलीगली अरेस्ट किया गया है वहाँ पे यू कैन पॉसिबली कन्विंस द कोर्ट और अक्रॉस द कंट्री किया गया और एक अंदाज के अंदर कंसल्टेंट में वहाँ पे द कोर्ट विल लुक इनटू द लिबर्टी ऑफ द ये करने के लिए अगर आपने ये रेपुटेशनल के ऊपर आप इंसिस्ट करते रहे तो या तो साबित करें कि आपको डैमेज हुआ है और वो भी आप इस जुरिसडिक्शन के अंदर आके फैक्चुअल असर्शंस वगैरह और ये वन वे और द अदर कांट एस्टैब्लिश इट, उसके लिए नीचे ट्रायल कोर्ट्स बने हुए हैं, डेफेमेशन के अंदर जाइए दावा कीजिए।
Your much obliged, Your Honor. Your Honor, coming to the Honorable Court's inquiry, this was not simply one statement. The one statement that we have quoted is one instance of propaganda launched against doctors, and this did have an impact on the nation as a whole, because as we can see in point number 11 of the Moot proposition, when this statement was aired, it became viral throughout the country, and hashtag butchers was a trend on social media itself, which meant that it had an impact on how society at large views doctors. Your Honor. To conclude, Your Honor, we believe that this is perfectly trialable under the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, because both of the primary criteria of Article 184.3 have been satisfied. My co-counsel will now address issues 2 and 3. Much obliged, Your Honor.
Your Honor, my name is Abdullah Chuttei, and I shall be addressing issue 2 and 3 for the next 15 minutes. May I plead? Yes. My pleading to the issue 2 is that the media propaganda against doctors infringed on their dignity as enshrined in Article 14 of the Constitution of the year 1973. It is stated that in the Article 14, the dignity of man subject to law, the privacy of whom shall be inviolable. And furthermore, if we call it defamation or we are calling it defamation, it must be mentioned in the Defamation Act, which state the definition of defamation like this. Any wrongful act or publication or circulation of false statement which undermines any person in the estimation of other person is the defamation, and it is actionable. If we look to the Moot proposition, point number 8, the statements which are printed by print media on the very first page states that distributing remarks on the front page headline as the butcher at MHC. It shows that they are calling a doctor as a butcher. the person who saves lives is now going to kill the patients. So by this we can say that it is a clear violation of the Article 14 of the Constitution of Zone 1973.
When it comes up to defamation, the word used, can you please tell us what law regulates defamation? And where does the cause of action for defamation lie? Once you yourself have actually used the word defamation, and once you yourself are saying this is a clear case of defamation, so Supreme Court ने तो नहीं देखा है 184(3) के अंदर defamation का वर्ड ये नजर आता जबकि एक खास फोरम मौजूद है, एक खास कानून मौजूद है और उसका एक खास मैकेनिज्म मौजूद है, उसको भी प्लीज मेहरबानी करके एड्रेस कीजिए कि ब्लॉक योरसेल्फ थिंक जब अपना defamation का वर्ड इस्तेमाल करें.
Your Excellency, the word defamation is clearly stated in the Section 3, Clause 1 of the Defamation Act Ordinance 2002, in which I have stated
कौन काम पे क्या लिखा हुआ है ये बात नहीं है.
it is Section 3.
आपके पास एक jurisdiction है.
नोटिस आप दे करेंगे उधर जाएंगे फिर भी आपने
Your Excellency, what we are trying to state is that these media propagandas against doctor started.
इसके अंदर urgency क्या है? इसके अंदर urgency क्या है कि government आप word use कर रहे हैं, claim कर रहे हैं, Supreme Court के पास urgency क्या है? ये fundamental public importance का question कहाँ है? जब कोई alternate remedy available है, तो आप वहाँ जा सकते हैं, आप Supreme Court direct आए.
Your Honor, the word public importance can be explained by the Moot proposition, point number 11. The statement by Senator Hanan, which called that doctors are butchers and deserve to be punished for their lust for earning more and more money. After it became viral and was shared.
आपका अब एक particular बंदे खनान के खिलाफ आप allege कर रहे हैं, ये वाली बात कि उन्होंने ऐसा word defamatory use कर दी है कोई sentence, ठीक है? He is the senator होगा. इससे पूरी की पूरी फेडरेशन को कैसे आप बीच में involve कर लेते हैं? एक individual के खिलाफ आप करते हैं.
Your Excellency,
And how is your case and what you were saying, a case of defamation and say at best, how is this a case of public? Because stressing again and again.
yes. Your Excellency, Senator Hanan was sitting in a TV channel which aired that statement. After it was leaked on social media.
आप ही तो मीडिया पे जाके उसको डिफाइन कर सकते हैं. दूसरा ऑप्शन तो नहीं है.
And what was the reason that they had said this word? What had happened?
Your Excellency, we cannot defame any person under the Article 14 of the Constitution of Azure. And I think it is the answer to your question that we should go to the media. Furthermore, when these statements were leaked, they disrespected the career of doctors in the state of Azure. Similarly, after it, doctors across the Republic of Azure initiated widespread protests only to express dissatisfaction with the propaganda against them. So it is clearly stated in the Moot proposition, point number 12, that the sole reason of protest was to express dissatisfaction with the propaganda by social media against them. Furthermore, I will state the suo motu case number 7, 2017, by the former Chief Justice Qazi Caesar in the following way. They state that abusing, threatening, and attacking people undermines their right to live a life of dignity, and it is granted under Article 14(1) of the Constitution, which requires enforcement. Furthermore, we have.
What was that case about?
Uh,
What was that case about? You have to say, facts can. What do you do?
Your Excellency, in this case, we have quoted the strong point of dignity, which was stated by the Chief Justice.
केस के फैक्ट्स
Case
क्या
of
हैं?
facts can. जब उन्होंने कहा कि ये right है, dignity आपका right है, I भी कह रहा है, उसके facts क्या हैं जिसको उन्होंने कहा?
Your Excellency, we are not aware of the facts. I apologize, but this statement is in line with our case. If you allow me, my researcher will.
ये केस जो है एक्चुअली जो इसके फैक्ट्स थे वो आपके खिलाफ है. वहाँ पे फायर फाइटर्स को और डॉक्टर्स को एक्सेस लोगों की रोकी थी कि वो वहाँ नहीं जा सकते. ये तो एक्चुअली आपके खिलाफ गया था. आपने जजमेंट पढ़ी नहीं.
Your Honor, it is possible that the facts of the.
इसके अंदर एक 80 साल के बंदे की डेथ इसलिए हो गई थी कि उन्होंने एम्बुलेंस को रोका और वो कहते थे ये जो इमरजेंसी जो एसेंशियल सर्विसेज में आती हैं ये चीजें आप इनको नहीं रोक सकते, इसलिए उन्होंने इंटरफेयर किया. ये तो आपका बिल्कुल उलट जा रहा है, आपके खिलाफ जा रहा है. जैसे मैंने महीने पहले आपसे ये सवाल पूछा था कि जी आप जो एजुकेट कर रहे हैं उसका क्या
Your Honor, as you are stating
ये
that
पब्लिक का राइट है जिसके ऊपर पब्लिक रिकॉर्ड का क्वेश्चन था या सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इंटरवीन की?
Your Excellency, it is possible that the facts of the case is not aligned with our moot proposition and our case, but the definition of dignity and its support by the former Chief Justice in suo motu case number 7 is aligning with our case and what we are protesting. Similarly, after the doctors across the Republic of Azure initiated widespread protests, there were reports of vandalism, arson, and extensive damages. But it's not reported anywhere in point number 12 that those damages to public and private properties were made by doctors. It is mentioned that the protest was started by doctors, but it's not mentioned that those are doctors who made damages to public and private properties.
काउंसिल आपको अगर किसी प्रैक्टिस को देखना पड़ेगा डॉक्टर जब कोई भी सर्जन हो कोई भी प्रोसेस कोई प्रोसीजर करने लगता है तो एक कॉन्सेंट फॉर्म जो है वो साइन करवाते हैं और जिंदगी मौत उसका हिस्सा है अगर डॉक्टर ने मेडिकल नेग्लिजेंस नहीं की नॉर्मल कोर्स में उसने कोई ऑपरेशन किया किसी की डेथ हो जाती है आपके पर्टिकुलर केस में ये जो डॉक्टर है उसका अपना ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड बड़ा जबरदस्त है उसी दिन उसने और प्रोसीजर भी किए कि वहाँ पे ब्लास्ट हो गया और उसने प्रोसीजर को रोका नहीं तो वो डेथ हो गई है तो वो नेचुरल कॉज की बात है अगर दुबई के अंदर भी वो उनको उन्होंने क्विट कर दिया इस तरह आपका केस बनता है कि आप ओवरऑल कम्युनिटी को नहीं ला सकते और इस तरह की कोई बात करें आप इस तरह से कि हनान ने कुछ कह दिया और उसके ऊपर सुप्रीम कोर्ट इंटरव्यू करना शुरू कर दे अल्टरनेट रेमेडीज भी अवेलेबल हो वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट दिया
Your Honor, in the point number 6 of Moot proposition, it is clearly stated that the Ministry of Health initiated departmental proceedings against Dr. Saad to check whether Dr. Saad is innocent or not. And after all, Dr. Saad was not found guilty of any professional misconduct, and the proceedings concluded in his favor. Furthermore, however, after soon the decision,
उसके खिलाफ ना गए उसके इंक्वायरी को तो रिलीज कर दिया ना एक्विट कर दिया
yes, Your Excellency, yes.
वो भी डैमेजेस में क्लेम कर सकते थे वो डॉक्टर साहब डैमेजेस क्लेम नहीं कर सकते वो डेफामेशन के ऊपर वो नहीं जा सकते
Your Excellency, if we move to the point number 10 of Moot proposition, it is clearly stated. Much obliged, Your Honor. In the point number 6, it is stated that Dr. Saad was not found guilty of any professional misconduct and the proceedings concluded in his favor. However, soon after the decision, rumors began circulating that the proceedings was in the favor of Dr. Saad due to some external influences.
एक EMDC होता है जो रेगुलेट करता है डॉक्टर के सारे मिसकंडक्ट के बारे में देन हेल्थ केयर कमीशन है इसके पास ये रेमेडीज अवेलेबल हैं और आप देखें दिस इज द अदर राउंड आल्सो कि अगर कोई ड्यूटी कंप्लेंट करेगा उसके अंदर जो करने के साथ साथ उसको वो साथ जुर्माना भी डाल सकते हैं ठीक है अब एक बंदे ने सेनेटर ने कोई बात सुन के क्या कि वो मीडिया के किसी चैनल पे आके इस डॉक्टर के खिलाफ के लिए आपने एजुकेशन शुरू कर दी ये आपका रिस्पांस क्या है आपने उसी मीडिया के अंदर जाके अपना कलेक्टिव पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू किया कि जितनी सारी बातें हैं ये नहीं करने वाली थी और प्लस आपको वही डेफिनेशन जो मेरे अभी दोस्त ने कहा कि वहाँ जाके वो कर लेते अब आपके पास जो है ना ये आप अपने उनको क्या है इनको बेल आउट कर देते हैं वो भी रेमेडी अवेलेबल है कौन सी है जो आपने अपना अवेल की अगर कोर्ट आपको कोई ना कर सकती है उसके लिए डायरेक्शन दे सकती है कि आप उन रेमेडीज को नहीं करते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट से इस तरह की बात
Your Honor, in the point number 10, the statement of Senator Hanan states that it is because of the doctors like Dr. Saad that we need to seriously consider legislation. Doctors are butchers and deserve to be punished. So it
पहले दोस्त से यही पूछा था ये butchers have you been do people consider you to be butchers or what loss have you what damage have you suffered you have not suffered any damage if someone has you been acquitted publicize that you point out कि जी उसका हुआ है उसको सजा दिलवा सकते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर क्या सिचुएशन बनती है
yes, Your Honor.
we are running short of time आप 2 मिनट के अंदर ना मैं कुछ समाप्त करने की तो
थर्ड पॉइंट आपका रहता है
Yes. Your Honor, my final pleading to issue number 2 is that the statement of Senator Hanan made a damage to all the doctors of the state of Azure, and in this regard, they started widespread protests only to express. Your Honor, they started protest only to express their dissatisfaction because their reputation was damaged in the state of Azure. Furthermore, the media's role is violating their right to dignity, which is stated in the Article number 14 of the State of Azure Constitution of 1973. If the Honorable Court is satisfied, may I proceed to issue number 3? In issue number 3, it is stated that the arrest of 400 doctors is unlawful and undermines the Constitution and they should be released forthwith. I will plead on the basis of three grounds. For the first one is the infringement of the rights of doctors on the basis of Article 16 and 19. Although Article 16 and 19 have some restrictions, but those restrictions are not applicable in our moot proposition and moot problem. Furthermore, the Article 16 and 19 state that these articles grant people freedom of speech, expression, and assembly. These are fundamental rights and cannot be arbitrarily restricted. Similarly, there are no sound evidence for the rest to be made legal. In the point number 12 of moot proposition, it is stated that there were only 60 footages available to make the rest legal. Your Honor, if you allow me to proceed, is that there are two requirements of 60 footages to be made legal for the arrest. One is that there must be forensic report available, and the second one is that there must be the origin of from where the 60 footage is recorded. And none of them is mentioned.
Should have CCTV footages that this has happened or not, it is case of damages or not. In this case, it's not even thing.
And you had some of the fact that and there are regulatory bodies for the mediums and other
Your Excellency, although the right to information is a fundamental right, but defaming any person is not stated in the Constitution, and it is actionable and inviolable. Sorry.
एक चीज की पॉइंट आउट करें आपने पीडीएक्स के अंदर खुद कंसीड किया है कि दैट द प्रोटेस्ट टर्न्ड वायलेंट अगर प्रोटेस्ट टर्न्ड वायलेंट एंड यू आर देयर एंड वायलेंस हैपेंस यू कैन नॉट बी अरेस्टेड प्लीज एड्रेस दिस क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली इसके अंदर खास तौर पे जब आपने कंसीड कर दिया कि हाँ वायलेंस हुआ है और आप आगे एग्जांपल दे रहे थे कि कराची और कोयटा में 2016 में हुआ और 2007 में भी हुआ तो बाद में क्विट हो गए थे तो हम क्विट हो गए थे
एक जनरल बात है सब्जेक्ट टू रीजनेबल रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होते हैं सारे राइट्स
you have the right to कोई आपको कुछ कहे तो you have the right to be violent get on the road start beating up police people start आपको एक बंदे ने कोई एक स्टेटमेंट टीवी के ऊपर जाके दे दी तो आपका इतना कम कंट्रोल है कि आप रोड के ऊपर आके प्रोटेस्ट करके वायलेंस शुरू कर देते हैं ये कैसे इस तरीके से aren't you supposed to the noble profession जो अपनी जान जोखिम के ऊपर डाल के लोगों को ऐसे प्रोटेक्ट वगैरह करते हैं उनकी जाने वगैरह करते हैं प्रोटेस्ट का राइट कहां से आ गया आपके प्रोफेशन के अंदर और वायलेंस कहां से आ गई ये थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करें आप पहले पीटेंगे फिर उन्हीं का इलाज करें
Your Excellency, in the point number 12 of moot proposition, it is not stated in any line that those were doctors in the protest who made damages to public and private property. There is possibility on the basis of facts or the moot proposition that there is third party interference. They can be agencies or any other criminals. Please rephrase your question.
और एक you will have to let the fact the proposition that the बहुत सारी हो रहा है you are
Your Honor, I will.
qualify this unfortunately आपको पता हो स्टेटमेंट्स क्या होता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में लगता
जिनका एग्जांपल आप देने देती जजमेंट
है वो अब लोगों का बर्दाश्त नहीं कर रहे
Your Excellency, what we are demanding is that the statements of Senator Hanan and the media propaganda were at large, and they disrespected the doctors in the whole country.
Then it comes
So,
your case at best is the case of a dry court.
आप सेनेटर हनान से
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, it is a matter of public importance and public at large because all the doctors in the state of Azure is being harmed and they are disrespected by the statement of Senator Hanan and the media.
And unfortunately,
Your Excellency, I would like to state that it is a matter of collective punishment, which is strictly prohibited in the Article 33. It is stated in the Article 33 of the Fourth Geneva Convention, International Humanities, that collective punishment is strictly prohibited because it initiates ethical and legal concerns. Your Excellency, please rephrase your question.
एक्सेलेंसी यहाँ पे कोई भी बैठा हो बादशाह घूमते हैं एक्सेलेंसी वगैरह लॉर्ड से बैठो एडवाइस होता है
अपना माइनॉरिटी में काम करें प्लीज जिसको नाम है जजमेंट है फेडरल सिविल कोड की कोई माइनॉरिटी है सर कर ये कर रहा हूं
ये मेहरबानी करके सिर्फ बता दीजिए क्या ये दुरुस्त नहीं है कि हेल्थ केयर कमीशन एक्ट के अंदर ये लिखा हुआ है कि वकील के ऊपर पर्चा नहीं हो सकता जब तक हेल्थ केयर कमीशन एक्ट से इजाजत ना मिले अब वकील कह रहा हूं सॉरी डॉक्टर वकील के भी वैसे होते रहते हैं ये लगता है नहीं बट हैव यू लुक्ड एट दैट ऑलरेडी
Your Honor,
इसके ऊपर आप आगे बढ़ सकते हैं
yes.
थैंक यू वेरी मच
Your Honor,
आशा है कि आपका हैंडीकैप
वेरी वेल आगे
Your Honor, if you allow me 1 more minute to conclude my pleading. The facts you are stating is not present in our memorial that if there are doctors who allowed to arrest the facts you are stating like that there should be a permission to ask the doctors to allow them to arrest. Furthermore, it's a prohibition of automatic arrest.
ये यूज ऑफ वीडियो में सुप्रीम कोर्ट की लैंडमार्क जजमेंट देख लेना वो आपके काम आ जाती है आपसे प्रोसेस आप ग्लोबल जजमेंट वो यूज बच्ची का केस जो आप माशाल्लाह लॉयर है जो यूनिवर्सिटी साहब ने बेटे ने उनके साथ किया था सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने नोटिस दिया कि यहाँ पर वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग और उसका नोटिस लेना चाहिए दैट वाज एडेड बाय आईसीसी काश आपके पास होती क्योंकि आप आर्गुमेंट कर रहे हो तो आप उसको साइड करा सुप्रीम कोर्ट आपकी जुरिसडिक्शन में होता है दैट इज द ओनली केस
If the honorable court allows me to prayers. Being a petitioner, we request you to consider our following prayers under the Constitution of Azure 1973. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court cannot be neglected or questioned in this sense, which is when it is clearly mentioned in the relevant article of the Supreme Court that Supreme Court has full right to intervene the case under the Constitution of the relevant article because it is a matter of public importance and public at large. Because all the doctors in the state of Azure is being harmed and they are being disrespected by the media campaign and the statement of Senator Hanan. Secondly, I would like to state that the role of media has done a massive damage to the reputation and dignity of the doctors by disrespecting them. So it is clear that the role of media is violating that 19th part of the Constitution which grants the right, dignity and honor to the public.
आपने लिख के हमें ऑलरेडी दे दिया पढ़ के मत हमें प्लीज सुनाइए अगर आपने ये आर्गुमेंट्स हैं और ओरल आर्गुमेंट्स से मेहरबानी करके अगर आपका नुक्ता है रेड रिपीटेडली should not be reading the report
Your Honor, our third prayer is that the arrest made by the law enforcement agency is not based on any evidence except the CCTV footage, and the requirements of CCTV footage is not being.
आपको डायरेक्ट आंसर बार-बार कह रहे हैं आप जाइए ट्रायल कोर्ट में साबित कर दीजिए ना बस इनको 3 केसेस का फैसला हो
Your Honor, it is a matter of public importance and public at large.
आपको ये मालूम है कि एविडेंस रिकॉर्डिंग की जा सकती है
Your Honor, what I am stating is that it is a matter of public importance and public at large.
प्लीज थैंक यू वेरी मच आपका टाइम
I request the respondent side to come forward and present their arguments before the Honorable Supreme Court.
बेटा आप ये स्टोर करें कि वी हैव गॉन थ्रू द फैक्ट्स हमें फैक्ट्स दोबारा आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है आप स्ट्रेट अवे इश्यूज को चलिए वैसे आपके नॉलेज के लिए बात बताऊं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर हमें एक ही रोस्ट्रम के ऊपर खड़े होते हैं पिटिशनर हो या रिस्पोंडेंट हो ये वो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता आप साइड जरूर पिटिशनर की और रिस्पोंडेंट की अलग अलग होती है लेकिन रोस्ट्रम एक ही होता है सवाल करने का
The state of
फेडरेशन कर रहे हैं कि यार प्रोविंस कर रहे हैं ये प्रोविंसेस को नोटिसेस हैं कि नहीं उन्होंने प्रोविंसेस सीट की वजह से फाइनल
Your Honor, we are representing the state of Azure. May it please this honorable court, my name is Ali Haider.
as per law आप सिर्फ इस्लामाबाद go ahead and respond. Who will be the law officer representing the state?
Apologies, Your Honor, we are unaware of it.
So you are bringing it up for your.
Apologies, Your Honor. Yes, sure. May I proceed, Your Honor? Your Honor, I'll be discussing issue 1 and issue 2 in first 17 minutes, and my co-counsel Mr. Tayyab will discuss issue 3 in next 7 minutes, and we have reserved 4 minutes for the sir rebuttals. Your Honor, issue 1 is whether the Supreme Court has jurisdiction to entertain this case under original jurisdiction. Your Honor, I'll humbly submit three submissions in this regard. First of all, it is not the matter of the public importance. Secondly, the fundamental rights have not been infringed here. And thirdly, the alternate remedies are available that can be entertained by our opponent learned counsel. Your Honor, first of all, it is not the matter of the public importance because it has been clearly established in Pakistan Muslim League Noon versus the Federation of the Pakistan that there are two prerequisites for any matter to be ascertained by this Honorable Supreme Court.
What is the citation?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the citation? You are just reading parties here. What
Your,
is the citation?
Your Honor, the citation goes as PLD 2007, Supreme Court 642. Much obliged, Your Honor. Your Honor, there are two prerequisites here. First of all, it should be the matter of the public importance. Secondly, there should be the infringement or enforcement of the fundamental rights. But in this matter, these prerequisites are not being fulfilled, as I will humbly submit my further submissions. Your Honor, first of all, in Liaquat Hussain case, the definition of the public importance.
आपने learned brother नहीं कहना, your learned friend है.
Yes, sir.
This is for the judges. They are brothers.
Go and read what it says about public necessarily implies what. Just go and read. You highlighted it yourself.
Your Honor, can you rephrase your question?
You have cited a judgment, Pakistan Muslim League versus Federation of whatever it is. PLD 2007, Supreme Court 642. Note J from the Constitution of Pakistan, it says about Article 184.3, invocation of Article 184.3. Can you read that particular? You can take it from me.
Sure, Your Honor. Please take it.
This is what you
Counsel,
highlighted.
एक बार मैं आपको educate कर रहा हूँ.
Yes, sure.
जब भी कभी कोई जजमेंट xerox करवा के लाए ना, इसके हेड नोट्स कभी नहीं आपने पढ़े. हेड नोट्स तो पब्लिशर जो है वो अपनी मर्जी से करता है. आपने मेन बॉडी के ऊपर जिस पैराग्राफ के अंदर लिखा हुआ है, आपने जजमेंट पढ़नी है. कभी भी
Much obliged, Your Honor. Your Honor, it has been ascertained that public necessarily implies a thing belonging to people at large, the nation, the state, or community as a whole. Issues arising in a case cannot be considered as a question of the public importance if the decision of the issues affects only the rights of an individual or a group of individuals. Issues, in order to assume the character.
Before you direct answer, are you nation? Are you representing the nation? Isn't it a group of, isn't it a community, a group of,
Sorry, Your Honor, can you rephrase? May I proceed?
जो petitioners हैं, ये public at large को represent करते हैं, जो आपने
Yes, Your Honor. They are not representing the public at large.
why?
Because it is a specific group of the doctors.
Specific group of doctors doesn't take that away. Group of doctors है तो इसका मतलब मुल्क में सब जगह में है, ये तो आपका argument आपके खिलाफ है.
Your Honor,
आप ये कह रहे हैं कि इस association की जो ये juristic person नहीं है, इसका ये उनको represent नहीं करते, वो registered नहीं है, इसको क्यों आ?
yes, sure.
फिर आपका ये argument नहीं हो सकता कि जो doctors हैं, अगर वो सारे पाकिस्तान में affect हो रहे हैं, group तो वो उस group को represent करना public को
Exactly, Your Honor.
नहीं है. आप इसके ऊपर strict करें.
Yes, sure.
ये क्योंकि registered body नहीं है, ये उनको represent नहीं करती, किसको क्यों?
Yes, Your Honor, I have ascertained that there are specific doctors, not all the doctors across the country who have filed this petition. The National Association of Doctors who have constitutionally filed the petition is not representing the whole community of the doctors. If it is representing the whole community of the doctors, it may be the matter of public importance. May I proceed, Your Honor?
देखिए, representative कैपेसिटी में शू करना कोई चीज है कॉन्सेप्ट?
Sorry, Your Honor.
रिप्रेजेंटेटिव कैपेसिटी में कुछ लोग अगर एज ए पिटिशनर बिफोर दैट मैटर किसी जगह पे शू फाइल करते हैं तो प्लेंटिफ आ नहीं सकते? कुछ लोग सबको अगर ना लाया जाए अगर ये प्रूव कर दें क्या हम उनके बिहाफ पे एक्ट करें? बात में क्या भी आप बताएं कि ये एसोसिएशन का अपना स्टेटस क्या है, लीगल स्टेटस अगर नहीं है, वो यूरिस्टिक पर्सन नहीं है, उनका लोकल स्टैंडर्ड नहीं बनता, ये वाली आर्गुमेंट आपकी हो सकती है। ये दूसरा आर्गुमेंट तो आपने कहा है
Yes, Your Honor.
पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस की जो बात कर रहे हैं, 400 डॉक्टर्स को आपने उठाकर प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे थे, उनका फंडामेंटल राइट था, हमारा उसके ऊपर रिजर्वेशन जो मर्जी हो, 400 डॉक्टर्स को आपने उठा के अंदर बंद कर दिया, उन पे पर्चे वगैरह करवा दिए, शीशे टूटे 4 या 5 जो हैं उनको करें, 400 डॉक्टर्स जो सबसे ज्यादा यहाँ पे प्रिविलेज और पढ़ी लिखी बीच में कैटेगरी है, क्या उनके पास बम थे? क्या उनके पास वहां पे उन्होंने क्या किया? और इंडिविजुअल्स ने किया, यू विल हैव टू शो मी 400 से ज्यादा चीजें टूटी हैं, 400 से ज्यादा, ये विलिंगली सारे के सारे आपने जो प्रोटेस्ट करने आया उनको उठा के आपने कैसे अंदर बंद कर दिया? ये जरा प्रोसेस में हाउ इज दैट नॉट क्वेश्चन ऑफ पब्लिक इंपॉर्टेंस? और आपने इलीगली उनको कैसे उठा के अंदर बंद कर दिया है डॉक्टर्स को जो प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे थे, जो मिसक्रिएंट है बीच में, बाय ऑल मींस डू इट, but please explain 400 का number.
Your Honor, first of all, these protests are being conducted across the state of Azure. And the offenses that have been constituted here are arsons, vandalism, and these offenses, according to my learned co-counsel, will throw a light in detail in issue number 3 on this, that these offenses are cognizable offenses, and state, to maintain the public order, can arrest the doctors without warrant.
आपने डिटेल्स बताइए किसके अगेंस्ट क्या है, एफआईआर आपने दिलाई है, इन सारों के साथ आपने एफआईआर इन पे पर्चे किए हैं कि इलीगल डिटेंशन के अंदर रखा हुआ है। मुकम्मल तौर के ऊपर ये जो सारे के सारे बंदे जो जिनको हमारे नोटिस की तरफ ले आए हैं यहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने, सिटीजन की जो लिबर्टी है, ये टेक्निकल मुद्दे वगैरह जो आप कर रहे हैं बाकी बीच में कॉजेज ऑफ एक्शन में आएंगे, मगर अगर आपने मास अरेस्ट किए हैं और उनको अगर आप प्रोसिक्यूट कर रहे हैं तो मेहरबानी करके आप सारे बताएंगे कि किस नौयत की उन्होंने इंडिविजुअल ने की, उनके अगेंस्ट आप करें। व्हाई शुड द कोर्ट एक्चुअली नॉट लुक इनटू द वैलिडिटी ऑफ कि आपने लोगों को प्रॉपर्ली लीगल तरीके के मुताबिक रखा है कि नहीं होंगी और रेमेडीज वगैरह, बट ऑब्लिगेशन यहाँ पे अगर हमारे सामने आए तो हम आपके बंद कर दें।
Yes, Your Honor, this
और बहुत सो अगर आपने कोई बच्चे वगैरह भी करवाए तो उनको आपने उसमें चले गए वहीं पर इनको हम रिलीज कर देते हैं कि भैया आपके खिलाफ लॉ में एक हुआ है।
yes, Your Honor, this is our stance from the respondent side.
If you make a statement on behalf of the state that nobody has been arbitrarily arrested,
Sorry, Your Honor.
कोई arbitrary arrest तो नहीं है, कोई detention पे तो नहीं है।
Uh,
आप
the,
statement दे सकते हैं कि जितने लोग आपने गिरफ्तार किए हैं, सच तो पर्चा था या केस था।
Your Honor, it has not been.
There is one case of arbitrary arrest.
मोरओवर अगर आपने एक दफा ये प्रेसिडेंट बना लिया तो कौन रोकेगा कि कल बाकी जितने डॉक्टर हैं वो भी थ्रेटन हो गए हैं, उनकी फैमिलीज को भी खतरा पड़ गया है, लोगों को अपने हाथ में लेंगे, इससे उनको इंस्टिगेशन होगी। वो तो पाकिस्तान में लाखों लोगों को आपने इस पे डाल दिए हैं कि वो सारे के सारे हमसे हो।
Your Honor.
इंट्रोड्यूस काम नहीं, उनका 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 राइट काम किया।
Your Honor, this is the matter of the. This is not the matter of the public importance, but the doctors who are arresting across the state of Azure.
Life of one person is a question of public importance.
Yes, Your Honor.
So please don't make this statement.
Yes, Your Honor. To maintain the public order, these arrests have been made.
Human rights are human rights and they're available to all citizens of Pakistan, no matter what they are and from where they are.
Yes, Your Honor. They are being provided, but the people who are constituting offences, who are constituting.
The most educated class of your country.
Yes, Your Honor. They.
You cannot group everybody in one proceedings.
Yes, Your
One
Honor.
their offense, they be grouped in about 400-500 people, and all those doctors were highly qualified.
Yes, Your Honor. There are CCTV footages there that they constituted vandalism, arsons.
But what is your case? How have you arrested somebody?
Because they were disturbing the public order and to.
By disturbing the court and arrest, everything granted bail.
अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन होगी, अभी तो
Exactly, Your Honor. This is our stance that this matter should not be under the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Instead, this matter should be under the trial courts to investigate the doctors. Either they have committed these crimes or not.
जनरली हम मास जो है वो छोड़ दिया और बाकी आप अपने खिलाफ जो प्रोसेस है वो करें ट्रायल में
Your Honor, these people have been arrested, and it is not clear in the moot problem, but we can reasonably assume that they didn't have been presented before the magistrate in the magistrate courts, but they will be presented within 24 hours in the magistrate courts. And if magistrate courts make it reasonable to release them, then they can.
आपको किस स्टेट को रिकवरी करनी है, किस चीज की जरूरत है, आपने क्यों उनको पकड़ के रखा हुआ है?
ये आपने क्या बात कर दी है आपको शायद प्रोसीजर का पता नहीं है कि यदि मजिस्ट्रेट साहब को छोड़ सकते हैं तो वो कैसे छोड़ सकते
Your Honor, they
हैं तो पुलिस उनको अगर यकीन नहीं करती उनका पर्चा खराज मरतब करती है फिर उनको छोड़ा जा सकता है मजिस्ट्रेट कैसे मजिस्ट्रेट को उनको रिमांड ही कम देगा या ज्यादा देगा या जुडिशियल बेंच देगा वो उनको छोड़ नहीं सकता you cannot
Your Honor, the counsel is unaware of the proper procedures, but we are basically asserting that if if these doctors who are under arrest are present.
डॉक्टर्स के पास तो वेपन्स थे क्वेश्चन से रेस थे
Your Honor, they have not committed these.
क्रिमिनल रिकॉर्ड है
Not at all, Your Honor. But the problem is that, Your Honor, we are exactly saying that defamation suit can be filed against him. Your Honor, Your Honor, it is not clear that the senator belongs to the opposition or the government. Your Honor, there may be proper procedures that the defamation suits can be filed against Senator Hannan. Sorry, Your Honor.
public feelings को inflame करना, causing a riot here इस तरीके से is not an offense.
It is an offense, but it is the remarks by Senator Hannan, who is an individual, and the
जैसे वैशाली साहब कहते थे अगर जो इस तरह का बंदा हो दुनिया में निशान पैदा करते हैं उसको पूछना नहीं है कि तुमने एक स्टेटमेंट दे दिया ओवरऑल ही सारी कम्युनिटी को तुमने बयान कर दिया कि ये सारे के सारे झूठे हैं
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, these protests are
बेटा असहमत करो
all right, Your Honor. Issue 2 deals with whether the media propaganda was the infringement of the Article 14 or not. Your Honor, it has been clearly ascertained in the Constitution of Pakistan in Article 19 that states about the freedom of the speech. And it is also ratified by the ICCPR internationally that everyone shall have the right to hold opinions without interference.
that kind of speech is with the doctors also why not
Yes, Your Honor, they have. Yes, Your Honor.
Right to freedom of speech is subject to reasonable restrictions.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what your constitution also says.
It is subject to reasonable restrictions. But here the instant petition is that whether this matter is under the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court or not. If the defamations have been committed by Senator Hannan or other persons, they may be prosecuted by the other procedures that are available in.
for the rest of our just want to conservativity that's all
Sorry, Your Honor.
you are now only emphasizing on your first objection regarding maintainability and you leave the rest
I'm not got your point, Your Honor.
आपने कहा था ना 3 पॉइंट्स पे क्लास में
Yes, Your Honor.
अब आप सिर्फ मेंटेनेबिलिटी के ऊपर कोर्ट के सामने आर्ग्यू करना चाह रहे हैं दूसरी जगह बातें छोड़ दें
Yes, Your Honor, I am doing that. But issue 2, that is the media propaganda is infringement of the inviolability of the dignity of the man or not. There are alternate remedies available there that may be ascertained by the petitioners.
you got your point that you are just stressing on one point that issue of Supreme Court doesn't have. So, next
But just one
Yes, Your Honor.
Please consult the law offices and provide us before we conclude the list of the people that you have arrested and under what offenses. And why and for how many days are there?
Your Honor,
Please provide.
because this is a moot problem, and
This is not a mood. You are hypothetical enough so that there is
आप आगे से कहेंगे हम मुश्किल
yes, Your Honor, I will show. Much obliged, Your Honor. Your Honor, should I proceed or the, my co-counsel will? Should I proceed, Your Honor?
करने से आप कोर्ट के साथ
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, my humble submission is that the instant petition is not the under original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, and it should be ascertained by either trial courts or alternate availabilities are there, as per mentioned in Article 199 of the Constitution, that if there is the matter of the public importance or the infringement of the fundamental rights, it can be ascertained by the Honorable High Courts. Much obliged, Your Honor. My co-counsel will.
then what you're saying is that this is a case of suo motu that you arrested around 400 dollars. Is that what you're saying? It may not be a case of 1 2 3, but it may be a case of suo motu.
Your Honor, it doesn't.
Why have you arrested 400 people? You have to answer.
Your Honor, it doesn't involve the matter of the public importance. First of all, if it does involve the matter of the public importance, it can be the matter of the suo motu as well.
once it has come to our notice, it doesn't matter.
अच्छा ये बता दीजिए ये अस्पताल में 400 डॉक्टर अवेलेबल नहीं है जो आपने पकड़ के रखे हुए हैं।
Yes, Your Honor, they
ये
are
काम
not.
करते हैं अपने अस्पतालों के अंदर पब्लिक को सर्विस अदा करते हैं तो व्हाट इज द जस्टिफिकेशन ऑफ कीपिंग देम लॉक्ड अप
Your Honor,
इनके अस्पतालों में लोग मौजूद होंगे जिनका ये इलाज ऑनगोइंग होगा
Your Honor,
सर्विंग डॉक्टर्स हम उनको फिर भी रखना चाहते हैं
my humble submission here is that these doctors were not working in the hospitals. They were protesting and committing offenses there. They were protesting and committing offenses there. They were not working as they should have been doing. Yes, Your Honor, they are. But if they commit some crime or offense, they should be tried. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. My co-counsel will proceed with the issue number 3.
Should I proceed, Your Honor? May it please the Honorable Court, I am Mohammed Tayyib on behalf of Respondent. I respectfully stand here before this honorable bench to make my submissions about the arrest of 300 doctors, about the arrest of 400 doctors. Yes, Your Honor. I would like to begin by acknowledging the submissions made by my co-counsel, Mr. Ali Haider, on issue 1 and issue 2. Now, I would like to make my submissions on issue 3, which is about the arrest of 400 doctors. It is humbly submitted that the arrest of 400 doctors is both lawful and constitutionally valid, grounded in prima facie evidences that directly link the accused to the alleged offense. The charge of arsons, as I want to pay attention of this honorable bench to the point 12 of the mood problem, which says that following the events, doctors across the state of Azure initiated widespread protests by the doctors in multiple major cities expressing that dissatisfaction with propaganda against them. The protest rapidly escalated with the report of vandalism, arson, and extensive damage to both public and private property. In the capital, Medical Association called for nationwide. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
एक चीज मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि सारी चीजें डॉक्टर ने होती हैं एज इन सिर्फ डॉक्टर ही रेस्ट हुआ है एक जगह पे पर दूसरी तरफ से प्रिटेंडर होता नहीं चल
Your Honor,
कोई प्राइवेट बंदा आपने नहीं पकड़ा आपने सिर्फ जाके डॉक्टर को पकड़ लिया
Much obliged, Your Honor.
आप कह रहे हैं कि टोटल 400 थे और ये पूरे एज्योर में
Yes, Your Honor.
और उन 400 ने ऐसा कुछ कर दिया कि आपको उसको गिरफ्तार कर दिया.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the very argument of
आपने
my.
चार्ज क्या लगाया है वहाँ पे आपका ट्रायल हो रहा है तो
I would like to mention the Pakistan Penal Code section 435, which is mischief by fire or explosive substances with the intent to cause damage to the amount of 100 rupees. And the section 435, which is the mischief by fire or explosive substances with intent to destroy the house. So these are the offenses which are cognizable, and it is stated by different landmark judgments.
आप एक काम तो करो आपके को काउंसिल ने ये बात कही कि jurisdiction हमें नहीं what is speaking for myself grant of constitutional jurisdiction in a grace and refusal in the disgrace won't always come to the rescue of ordinary people and stretches this jurisdiction जहाँ पे ये इतना बड़ी तो violation हो रही है why not life and liberty उनकी बहुत important है ये भी fundamental है
Yes, Your
आपने
Honor.
400 बंदों को उठा के अंदर कर दिया उसकी वजह से सबकी सारी जिंदगी जो आपने खतरे में डाल दी तमाम डॉक्टरों को आपने मनाया कर दिया और आप स्टेट को पार्टी नहीं बनना चाहिए था आपको तो कोई रिकंसिलिएटरी और कोई रास्ता निकाल के आपने सेनेटर से पूछा कुछ नहीं है
You-
ये एजेंसी नहीं है क्यों ना जुरिसडिक्शन अपनी एक्सटेंड की जाए क्यों ना इनको रिलीफ दिया जाए
You-
क्यों इनको अभी इतनी कर रहे हैं आप उनके खिलाफ एक्शन लेते रहना जो भी आपने एफआईआर कर रही है जो एक्शन लेना देते रहना अभी उनको रिलीज क्यों ना किया
Your Honor, the statement by Senator Hanan may be Senator Hanan belong to opposition party. It is not the stance of the government.
We are not interested wherever he belongs. He is the senator. That's it.
So it is not the stance of the government that the defamation of the doctors have been take place. So
उनको बुला लें आप पेश कर सकते हैं उनको पता सेनेटर को लीगल
yes.
आफ्टर 1 आवर आप मेरे पास
गवर्नमेंट ने इंक्वायरी की है आपने कहा कि वो जो जिसके ऊपर उसने बुचर कहा है वो गलत कह रहा है वो उसने तो किया ही नहीं लेकिन सेनेटर शुड कम एंड अपॉलोजाइज यहां पे डॉक्टर्स को साफ गवर्नमेंट का स्टांस दो अलग कंडीशन है
Yes.
आपके कहने के मुताबिक ये गलत बीच में स्टेटमेंट की उनकी उनके खिलाफ कोई किया कार्रवाई हुआ इज मेड अ फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट जिसके ऊपर इतनी बीच में इश्तिहार वगैरह हुई पूरे मुल्क में आग लग गई तो वो सेनेटर साहब को लायबिलिटी नहीं
देखिए बहुत बहस होती है जुडिशियल एक्टिविज्म और जुडिशियल रिस्ट्रेंट पे को टू मच इंटरफेयर करना भी गलत है लेकिन सो ऑन को यूनियन फार्म लाया जो ऐसी अदालत को लेनी चाहिए कि जितना मर्जी करो लोग सुप्रीम कोर्ट बोले मुझे इसकी ओरिजिनल जुरिसडिक्शन से प्यार है
ये जो सारा आपका जो
they don't have such revolutionary
आप ये बताइए कि आपका सारा केस जो है ये आपका सारा जो प्रोटेस्ट आप कहते हैं सवाल हुआ वो
जब मैं आपको एक और चांस देता हूं वायलेंस विल पुट assume you are before a bench which is headed by justice Mansoor Ali Shah ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट हर वक्त मीडिएशन को जो है प्रोपेगेट कर रही थी जैसे क्यों नहीं आप लोगों को इकट्ठे बुलाते मीनवाइल हम उन लोगों को छोड़ देते हैं अगर गवर्नमेंट कुछ नहीं कर रही आप लेजिस्लेशन नहीं कर सकते आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हम आपको इकट्ठे बैठने का एक मीडिएशन के लिए रोल देते हैं सब अपनी अपनी रिस्पांसिबिलिटी दें और उनको आगे चलने में आप उसके बारे में क्या कहते हैं आप
Your Honor,
मीडिएशन की एफर्ट करते हैं
Your Honor, at an
ब्रेक ले लेते हैं आप इंस्ट्रक्शंस ले लें हम इन लोगों को रिलीज कर देते हैं आप अपना केस ट्रायल कोर्ट में चलाते हैं ट्रायल कोर्ट में चलाइए आपका क्या केस
Your Honor, this is our very point. This is not according to the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court under Article 184(3). We are the respondents. So this is our point that this petition is not maintainable. This is one of our prayers.
जैसा मैं आपको कहा सेनेटर साहब को बुलाइए कौन सेनेटर साहब बनेंगे
सर बगैर किसी सर सिंपली मैं जी माफ़ी मांगता हूँ जो मैंने किया, ताकि इस मामले को जो है वो डिसमिस किया जाए सर। सर सर
अच्छी तरह से आपने कहा इसी तरह होना चाहिए तो सी केस
Thank you so much.
सर